let's see here. We're actually in the mall in Bakersfield, in the food court, which we haven't eaten in this food court in years.
Oh, many years.
There just really wasn't any, if we were at the mall, we just went to Red Robin. There wasn't anything really interesting in here. Now, 2 new places have opened up in here since the last time I walked through, and we decided that they have to be tried out. There's a Mexican place over there, Carnitas Premium, which I'm going to get involved in. They got buche. So,
buche good.
Yeah.
Buche is cheek. Beef cheek, not human cheek. No cannibalism. Buche?
Pig cheeks.
Oh, all right. Well, it's cheeks.
It's pig face.
Okay.
Oh man, it's good.
There's a lot of flavor in cheeks.
Done right, it's really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, beef cheeks are some of the best pieces of beef too.
Yeah.
But what we're starting off with here is right behind us.
Heart of India.
When we saw that, it's like, okay, we got to walk over here and check this out. And we started looking at the menu and seeing things that neither one of us has ever heard about.
And I'm pretty familiar with Indian food.
If I haven't heard about it, that's not telling you much. If she hasn't heard about it, we sat here for a good half hour looking stuff up on our phones to see what we wanted to get.
So like some of it I knew, and some of it I could figure out based upon the names. I know what the ingredients are going to be, so I have an idea of what the dish is going to be. But there were others I hadn't heard of.
Let me see that naan over there. This is not your ordinary naan. I've only seen cheese naan.
Once before.
It's naan. Delicious, yummy naan. Stuffed with cheese.
It's soft and it's fresh. Oh, look at that cheese.
It doesn't have that chewiness that a lot of naan has. Which I'm not saying that.
And it's a mild cheese, but it's nice and melty. Not super oily. Sometimes cheese gets oily when it's melty.
I don't mind the chewiness of naan, but this is softer and it's just.
And they do have a tandoor, so somebody is reaching in there with the folded up towel to stick the stuff against the wall of the tandoor. A tandoor is like a dome-shaped oven. The fire's in the bottom, and there's a hole in the top, and so you stick stuff on the wall, that curved wall, and that's where all that stuff cooks. So that's where naan cooks.
So their soda machine was broken here, so hats off to Panda Express.
Yes, but I have
lassi.
Salted lassi. Salted lassi is a yogurt drink. So it's yogurt and ice water blended together. It usually has some sort of cumin in it. I see little speckles of spice, so it might be the toasted cumin, which is traditional. Okay, this one has mint in it.
What?
Mint.
Mince.
No, mint.
Mint.
M-I-N-T.
Oh, mint.
Which I prefer the cumin, and it doesn't have as much of a salted flavor.
I'm glad I didn't get it.
I did order a salted lassi. I would drink it, but I probably wouldn't get it again because I prefer it with cumin, and I prefer it a little bit saltier. I mean, I could get a salt packet and add it in, I suppose. But the mint is not my favorite.
Every time I've tasted it, I set it down and say, that's seawater on a bad day.
Well, you don't like mint anyhow, so you wouldn't even like it as mint.
No, I wouldn't like that even.
But
now
I mean,
there are other kinds of lassi.
Yeah, they have mango lassi.
Mango lassi, I tried at another Indian restaurant that just recently opened up that we're going to shoot a video in. And it was delicious.
That is definitely mint.
Okay.
Yeah, it's well done. It's just I don't prefer mint.
Since this is in the food court of a mall, everything's already packaged to go. I've never seen. Oh, that smells good.
And these are the sauces. These are like the chutneys for those.
But I've seen plenty of samosas, but I've never seen one with meat in it. And this is chicken
samosa.
So we'll close this back up. Because we're only going to eat one of these.
Alright, and I'm going to open these so we can try them. I got to see if this is hot. Oh, that's good. It's not hot. It's very tangy. It's got a...
Very red.
It's got like a fruit flavor. But I can't identify what one it is. It's good though. Okay, I like that. Usually that one is a little spicier.
That smells so good.
There, let me dip a spoon. Hot, spicy. I'd say lots of flavor though. You'll probably love the flavor. And I can see that is a very crispy samosa shell. Alright, I am going to dip in the other one. There we go.
Okay, it's ground chicken.
Look at that filling.
Ground up chicken.
Seasoned ground chicken.
Very seasoned.
And it's really, I like it with that chutney. That's a good chutney.
Indian food just smells so good.
Yummy.
It tastes good too, but the smell is what jumps out at you first, of course.
Wow. Okay, that is delicious. Super well done.
Gotta try the red sauce.
Yeah, the red sauce, I like the red sauce a lot. And I am not sure what chutney that is. Because it's not tamarind based. And a lot of the times you'll get the green one and then you'll get a tamarind based chutney.
It's sweet and really flavorful.
Yeah, it's tangy.
For people who don't like heat, get the red one.
Oh my goodness, that's good. And I do resemble that description, people who don't like heat.
You do resemble that remark.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Yep.
I'm going to get a whole bunch of this red stuff on here.
Yum. I want one more bite of that. Because we have a veritable feast here. We ordered a bunch of different things to sample. And some of it is stuff I've never even had before. Whoops, I made a spill.
That's delicious. I cleaned up most of it with my finger.
I was messy. Wow.
I'm that kind of guy. I put the 5-second rule on sauce even.
That's good. Also in the back of your hand.
Okay. And I'll finish that samosa off with green sauce.
The naan is excellent.
Because I need some heat.
Now, when I picked up my order, these guys have a large menu. And they apologized and said it was a limited menu because they have a brick and mortar part of India restaurant that has a very extensive menu, so it has to be massive because this is a lot of stuff. And they also have a buffet. Yes, they do. They have a buffet.
Where?
I'd have to look it up and see where it is, but part of India, they have an app. They have a Heart of India app. I don't know if you get like frequent flyer points or if it's an easy way to order food to go, or I'm not sure, but I may have to check out that app and see what it's all about.
Okay. You want any more sauce?
No, because I want to. I could, but I want to try the other stuff and get the flavor of the other stuff we have.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put the cap back on this. Hopefully, without making a mess.
Good sauces. Good chicken samosa.
I don't want it. There we go. I got it to snap on. There we go.
Okay.
The
Next
snap-on
up.
tool guy is going to be after me for his money.
Chicken sag.
Chicken sag.
S-A-A-G. There's a lot of times I'm kind of not too sure of myself on pronouncing some of these things.
Well, one of my favorite Indian dishes, and I did learn how to cook it because when I was living in Vermont, our one Indian restaurant closed, and it was an hour-and-a-half drive to the nearest one. My favorite dish is palak paneer. And paneer is a house-made cheese that you cut up into little cubes. I know how to make that. And you've got the palak part is like a spinach curry, cooked spinach curry, or as they call it, a gravy. Well,
Curry means gravy, right? Basically.
Sort of. I think it's also like
It's
the spice
sauce.
mixes that go into it. But then sag is essentially the same thing, except instead of spinach leaves, it's made with mustard greens. Now, I don't know if this is actually made with mustard greens.
We're going to find out.
But we're going to find out. So,
Okay.
we're going to go for
Taste
it.
the sag itself first.
Oh, wow, big chunks of chicken.
That's not spinach.
Oh, it is
That's
made.
the real thing.
That is mustard greens. Yes.
I mean, it would be good with spinach, but mustard greens?
Mustard. I like it with
That's-
mustard greens a lot.
That's delicious.
That's yummy.
And that's just the sauce.
And I mean, look at the size of this hunk of chicken.
You don't have to worry about focus with this thing. It's fixed focus.
That is a
Just don't get any closer than about right there.
Well, that is a whole lot of chicken.
That's a big piece of chicken.
I want to try the chicken. See how that
I want
is.
to try the rice by itself.
And that does appear to be a basmati rice. And I'm seeing some seasonings in there, so it looks like it might be a simple pilau.
It is. It's delicious. All by itself.
Oh man. Wow. That chicken is cooked to perfection. It is soft, moist, tender, and the mustard greens really complement it. What do you think? Good?
Wow.
Really good. There's onions in here too. I see the onions.
It's a reason to come to a mall. Or go to their brick and mortar.
Uh-huh.
We got to try that. Not today, because we're going to be full of Indian food today.
Real quick. Yep. All right.
What are all of this stuff you haven't even seen yet, but what is this whole thing with the lassi?
With the lassi and everything.
And the dessert.
And the dessert, it ended up being like $48.
What?
We're taking a bunch home. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is definitely way more than one meal.
And yes, I can taste the cumin in the rice. And the rice is not sticky, it's perfectly cooked. Now, if you looked
Yeah,
at
you can see it all.
If you looked at that basmati in the pot, when basmati is perfectly cooked and all the liquid is absorbed, the little grains of rice, they stand up. So I'm sure there was a whole bunch of them. They weren't lying flat in the pot. They were all standing up saying, yes, eat me. That's a lot
what they
of,
were saying. Huh?
That is a lot of chicken. Yes, I'm sure that's what they were saying. Right?
I could eat this all day,
That's yummy.
but I better stop.
Well, we have more stuff to try.
We have more stuff to try. We're gonna need a bag.
Yes. Now,
Okay.
the other one we
What do we
have.
have here?
What we have here. Let me look at the menu because I don't remember specifically which one I chose. Oh, Chot Popti. So
It looks like Ritz crackers.
Chot is typically
But it's
a
not.
yeah. So let's show you this beauty.
Ritz crackers.
It is not. That's the Popti.
Okay.
Popti is
I'll take your word for it.
Popti is essentially a cracker that they make, but it's not a Ritz cracker. And it's crispy.
Looks like a Ritz cracker.
So
It's crispy. It's got some of the.
and chana is chickpea, and it's in a yogurt sauce. And I see something. I think the red chutney drizzled over it, and I see some toasted vermicelli on top for texture.
A lot crunchier than a Ritz cracker.
I like that.
But they're standing up in the sauce.
Yeah, but they haven't been in there long enough to get soggy. Wow, that's good.
There's a lot of different flavors in that sauce.
And the yogurt is a nice, tangy, like house-made yogurt. This is not your go to the grocery store and buy a cup of yogurt to take to lunch to take to work for your lunch.
You see with all these little crunchies and stuff here.
Those are vermicelli noodles.
The sauce is delicious. It's sweet and savory. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. I'm gonna eat a Ritz cracker that's got a bunch of stuff on it.
And a handle. Built-in handle on that one.
That is really good.
So the actual crackers are made with a chickpea flour and not a wheat flour. So they're going to be high in protein.
They're crunchy like a pita crisp type of crunchy.
Yeah.
Not pita bread, but if you went to the store and bought a bag of pita crisp.
Crisps. Yeah.
You want one more before I cover it up?
Yeah, I want one more
I want some more of that sauce.
because they're good.
There's a lot of flavors floating
This
around
is
in there.
delicious, and I see like spices sprinkled all over it too. Yummy.
Indian food does not scrimp on flavor.
No.
They put the least flavorful thing here is the rice, and it has a lot of flavor to it compared to just straight up rice.
Yep.
So
Yum.
we've had
Wow.
the
Samosa.
chicken samosa, the chicken sog with the rice. We've had the, what was that?
This is. Let me look. This is. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong place. Okay, on the big menu. This is the Chot Popti.
See, personally, I have trouble remembering words that are totally unfamiliar, like in a different language.
It's an entirely different language base than
Yeah.
you're used to. It's not Latin based. It's more of a Sanskrit based language.
And dessert.
Mm-hmm.
These lids are on there.
That's good. We don't want it to leak. So
Well, they might still leak, but they're not going to just pop off accidentally. Because they are on there.
this is rasmalai, which is rasmalai, which is essentially a milk dumpling. And They're usually served in some sort of a syrup, but this appears to have like a creamy yogurt-based sauce. And the hint of yellow makes me think there's probably some saffron in there, and I love saffron. What do you think?
That's weird.
Ah,
But I think if I eat a little bit more of it,
okay.
I'll probably
okay.
like it.
I'm
It's
gonna
just going
try.
to take a little while because it is just such a foreign flavor to me.
Ah, okay. All right. That's cardamom.
Okay.
Cardamom in a kind of a cream-based sauce, and I love cardamom. It's one of my favorite spices.
Take a little piece of the cheese ball here.
And there is,
And she says it's a sweet cheese, which is unusual.
yeah. And I've had them squeak against my teeth before.
This isn't squeaking, but it is definitely, unless you've had this, you've never had anything that tastes even slightly resembling this. This is so different.
It's softer than the ones I've had before. I actually like this better than the ones I've had before. They were kind of a tougher bite. Not like tough, where you got to really chew on it, but they were certainly a much firmer bite. This is soft. It's got texture, but it's almost like firm custard soft.
Yeah, it comes apart.
And you
As soon
can
as you put it in your mouth, it
and you can
comes
see,
apart.
but then it's like exploding flavor all over your mouth. These are good. And we're gonna have to save this little container because it's a good size for my lunches at work. Wow. So what do you think of rasgulla?
it's good.
Yeah, delicious.
It's so unusual in its texture and the flavor, the sweetness of it. It's all, as soon as you taste it, when I first tasted the sauce, it didn't strike me as good or bad. It struck me as weird.
Huh. That's the cardamom. There is a little tiny bit of saffron. I see some pistachios. A few pistachio sprinkles in here. Wow.
The weirdness stays, but the good flavor starts coming through it.
Wow. Yeah, this is delicious.
I would get that again
This is well done.
with my titanium battle spork here.
I have generic plastic spoon, not very exciting. Wow. Okay, this was a good choice for a dessert.
Yeah,
And it's sweet, but it's not cloyingly sweet. It's not like you're just sucking
Right.
down some corn syrup.
it's not like cotton candy
It's got a light sweetness,
with a lot of other stuff.
and it tastes really clean.
Oh yeah, and fresh.
Mm-hmm.
The freshness is there. These guys are good.
Yeah.
We got to go check out their brick and mortar shop. Because what we did is we came in here and I basically said I want to try things I've never tried before.
Yep. And it's all fabulous. About the only thing that was kind of a miss for me was the lassi. But that's only because it's got mint in it, and I've never had it with mint in it before.
India
So I didn't even think of it as a mint-containing item.
is an extraordinarily large country.
It's a continent.
And it's just like the United States being so large. You go to Seattle and get whatever is a local favorite thing in Seattle, it's going to be a little bit different than a local favorite thing in Louisiana
Or Maine.
or Maine or Southern California.
Yeah.
You get the regional differences in India. It's
Which
huge.
I love.
And their regional
I love.
differences are also huge.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
you know, most of us living here in the U.S., we understand the basic differences across this country, but we're not necessarily privy to the differences in India. And there are a lot of differences. And I'm enjoying exploring.
Well, these guys do it up right. So, I mean, I'm saying all the thumbs up for Heart of India.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now, I mean, for example, most of the places that we've been to, the chef or everybody, the owners are Hindi.
Yeah,
Right.
these guys are,
The guy behind the counter here is quite
Punjabi.
obviously Sikh,
yeah, he's Punjabi, Sikh,
which is
northern India.
right.
Yep.
And because the Sikh men wear a turban, a lot of people mistake them for Muslims. Totally different kind of turban. And
Well, very different religion,
the
too.
religions are diametrically opposed to each other, basically. A Muslim's not a Sikh, and a Sikh is not a Muslim. They both wear a turban, but the turbans are not the same kind.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of Muslim men don't wear a turban anymore either.
Well,
A Sikh man is going to wear his turban.
not all of them.
Not really?
No. I have men friends who are Sikh who they'll wear a turban on a special occasion, but they're not wearing one every day.
I like their knives.
Oh man, the kukri.
Sikh, well, not the kukri, the
Oh, the
ceremonial
daggers. Oh, those are beautiful.
ceremonial daggers. The kukri is
That's a Gurkha thing.
Gurkha,
Yeah.
which is Tibetan, right? Aren't they basically Tibetan?
I think. Yeah,
I mean,
think
Tibet
so.
and India, you know, they're pretty woven
But-
together, but
I mean,
Tibet has its own
Sikhs.
thing going on.
Sikhs in battle historically have been very fierce and formidable warriors.
Like the Gurkhas.
I mean,
You don't want the Gurkhas coming after you.
well, I don't want
Well,
anyone coming after me.
The Sikhs, they have that. I'll get a little piece of it and put it in here. That fighting dance.
Oh,
That's
man.
just amazing to watch.
I
those
could
guys.
just watch that. They have a weapon that's a ring that they hold on to. And tied onto the ring are ropes with stones at the end of the rope. And so they're spinning it, and the stones are flying out at the end. And
They're going fast.
They're going fast. They would wallop the dickens out of you if you
But
got into that
to watch
range.
to watch
But
them
the dance,
perform the dance.
The dance is beautiful. I forget what it's called, so it'll be good to go down
I'll
that
look it
rabbit
up.
hole again.
And we'll
'cause
get a little piece of video in here.
It's amazing to see.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a beautiful and very rich culture. And you know, the food is also a wonderful reflection of that. Yeah.
So, Heart of India, all the way,
Yeah. So you
all
can
the way, thumbs up. Give me a piece of this.
You
naan
can
over here.
conveniently get it at the mall here in Bakersfield, or you can go to their brick and mortar store.
Link in the description. Yeah, have some more naan.
Yum.
This stuff's wonderful.
Cheese naan.